What's up, squad? How y'all doing today? Happy Saturday. I hope you guys had a great week, and I hope today was awesome. Blessings and blessings upon your homes and your houses. I am Diego Garcia, and this is my talk show, That's So Diego, and we're doing a casual Saturday instead of a casual Friday. So if you feel my vibe, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you coming. Welcome to my show. Come on down. And now on to one of my favorite segments of the night, 3 Questions with Mom. And I'd like to welcome a very special guest, my mother. Ma, come on in. Welcome to the show, Mom. I have 3 questions for you. Say hello.
Hello, hi.
First question. I just recently saw the Batman. Which one is your favorite Batman of all time?
The first one with Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton. Mom, I know you love Harry Potter very much. Out of all of the movies, which one is your favorite?
All of them. But one that I like it the most is The Prisoner of Azkaban.
Fantastic. Okay, third question. Who do you love more, me or Jose?
Both.
Just kidding. She said both, by the way, everybody. Okay, real third question. Mom, we are watching Game of Thrones right now, and it's your first time. How do you like the show, and what do you think of it?
Too much sex for my taste, but it's good. It's a good show.
And that's all the time we have for my mom. Thank you so much for coming to my show, Mom. Please exit stage right. Thank you so much. And now on to one of my favorite segments, Stories About My Father. And tonight's story is a subsequent story of yesterday's story. So at some point, my dad decided that I was being influenced negatively, and he tried to figure out what those things were. So at the time, and I still do, but at the time I was listening to a lot of rap, a lot of Eminem, and for whatever reason, I was really stuck on watching the movie The Doors with Val Kilmer, like literally over and over on repeat, again and again and again. So my dad collected all of that stuff, put it in a sack, took me and my brother out back to the house to a fire pit behind the shed, threw it all in the fire pit, lighter fluid, and he made us watch it burn, poof, up in the air as all the bad things just literally went up into the sky. Much later, like 2 or 3 years later, and this is completely out of character for my father, I remember being in the car with him, and we were pulling out of the driveway, and we were about to turn. And I remember him looking at me in the passenger side seat, and just laughing, his cackle that was so, like, infectious. And I just was, like, trying to figure out why he was laughing. I wanted to be in on the joke. And he's just, like, tears are coming out of his life, and he's like, and I'm like, what? He's like, remember that time I burned all your shit? And I was just like, yes, Dad, I remember. And he was like slapping his leg. He loved it. So it was good that we had a sense of humor about that. I really miss my father's laugh. I do remember that moment vividly. Very much like my dad. He was a very dramatic person. I wonder where I get it from. But that was my short story for today. Thank you for listening. Film review with Diego. And today's film review comes via The Batman by Matt Reeves, which I had to honestly say, I didn't know much about Matt Reeves, so when I Googled him, I found out that my man did all of the Cloverfields, the Planet of the Apes number 2 and number 3, and way back when he did Under Siege 2. Pretty sweet. I have to tell you, I was really impressed with the film. I really liked it. It moves really nice. It's cut really well. Gonna say this again, Robert Pattinson is gonna be and will be the best Batman of all time. My man can totally act. And I don't want to say anything bad about Michelle Pfeiffer because her Catwoman was one of the first crushes that I ever had. But Zoe Kravitz, by far, takes the mantle. Not only is she great in the film, but she's awesome at kicking butt. She's totally believable. The Batmobile, the best Batmobile ever. Really cool, really articulate in the way that they made it seem like an aggressive character. I love that about that. The tone of it is really dark. I understood that he was listening to Nirvana while he was writing it, which is why that song's in the trailer. It gives me a vibe of like a grunge Batman. It's not as campy and comic booky as some of the other ones, which I dig. It's dark and stoic, and just like Batman is like the best detective of all time, I think that this film did a really good job of analyzing and pursuing that to show us that he is like an incredible cop detective. So please, this gets 10 out of 10 Diegos from me. I was really thrilled to watch it in IMAX. Go check it out! Now on to my favorite segment of the night, shout-outs! And tonight's shout-outs go to 3 very special women who have helped me in my life to become a better version of myself. And I just want to say a few things about them because they're so special to me and I love them very much. The first shout-out goes to my sister-in-law, Emily Purcell. Emily Purcell is a breast cancer survivor and warrior, and she runs a community outreach program that's a nonprofit called Wildfire Magazine. She is the project manager there. She is strong, dedicated, and a vocal leader in her community. She's focused on making sure that young women who get breast cancer have a community and a person to talk to about all the things that they're going to face and all the things that they're going to be able to do in life. So thank you, Emily, for everything that you do. My second shout out goes to my cousin, Irene Teo, a leader for me and a role model for myself. She is the director of Impunidad Cero, a nonprofit organization where she is the leader of an initiative for civil society that measures and analyzes and brings to light impunity for justice against those who use power and their position to corrupt our way of life. My cousin is out there battling on the front lines, putting herself in danger in order to tell the truth. You're a real hero and I appreciate you. So keep yourself safe and keep doing the work. Rage against the machine. My third shout out goes to my other cousin, Dulce Gonzalez. Dulce is probably the most generous, kind, and benevolent human being I've ever met in my life. She makes everybody's life better by just being who she is. She is the mother of two very lovely boys and the wife to a very cool husband who I like and I very much appreciate. She's always been there for me and she's just the kind of person that makes you feel like you can be better just by being around her. Honestly, there's not very many people like that, and I just want you to know that you radiate love and energy, and I love you so much. I want to thank all three of these women for being with me and for sticking with me and for being there. I've asked them for support. I've asked them for advice. I appreciate you all very much, and I thank you. You empower me, and I love you. Thank you once again for coming on and watching my show. I just want to share a little bit about how I get ready before I go. I take notes, and I write down all my ideas in my journal, and then I study and I practice those ideas in front of a mirror. And then I go and I watch my videos over and over and over again. I must have seen every one of my episodes over 10 times, and I'm analyzing how I'm talking, if I'm moving my hands too much, if I'm adding too many spaces between my words, if I'm saying too many ums. I'm really studying and trying to make myself the best version and host possible of That's So Diego. I'm putting all my effort into making myself better and better every single time that I come out, and because why not? So, as I say to my daughter every time as I drop her off at school, I love you to the moon and back. Bye!